Hey crew, man, if you thought yesterday's Titan build was good, well this one is borderline broken, and I will leave it up to you guys to decide. This is a 1590 Master Nightfall, so nothing tougher in the game currently, and I am 23 power level below, so I should be getting one shot like in a Grandmaster, but nope, we are tanking everything, and in easy content, you just don't take damage. It's pretty ridiculous. And we're on a Hunter. Like, I get the Titan being tanky, right? Because it's a Titan. But I'm on a Hunter. Come on. We literally go to two different barrier champions here, 23 power level under, just to see if we can tank their bursts of damage. And yeah, I'd say this is pretty broken right now. So just like the Titan video, we are stacking Restoration ×2 to basically out-heal anything, and stacking a few different resist options to add to it. And if you haven't seen the Titan video yet, it's on the channel, and make sure you do because it's a great build, and it's basically going from a Titan to a Hunter and working around on the Hunter to make it just as tanky as that Titan. So if you haven't seen it, give it a watch. It'll be at the end of the video and it's on the channel for you. Now we're also stacking two different damage buffs just like the Titan video, and we also have basically infinite uptime on our abilities if we play the build right. And I'm 23 power level under in this, Master Nightfall, and we're still getting our abilities back that quickly. So the most important thing is having our dodge available. So we spec into having that, and once we get things moving, the Hunter just might be the best Solar 3.0 kit so far in the game because it's so different from the original Solar classes, and with the rework to some different things, with the Stick of Dynamite, Blade Barrage being so good, there's a lot of different options with this build, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Thank you so much to all of you that have become members of the channel. I really appreciate it. The support has been amazing, and you guys are the MVPs around here. Thank you so much for doing it. I really appreciate it. If you guys are not a member yet, make sure to check it out. There's a bunch of different options, and you might enjoy one of them, and it's just an extra way to support me. So thank you if you choose to become a member. Okay, so make sure to pay attention to everything within this build, the subclass, the mods, and the exotic, because they all matter with this one a lot. There are a couple mods that really send this build over the top and allow us to have that ×2 restoration, which basically makes us unkillable, as you saw when we're standing in front of, a barrier champion and he's unloading on it. So we're using the new 3.0 Solar, obviously, for Gunslinger. We're using Blade Barrage. That's because I personally like Blade Barrage, and it's been out of the meta since Forsaken, and it's finally decent again. So it's a lot of fun, and it actually does quite a bit of damage. Pretty sure it's close to the same damage as both golden guns, so definitely check it out and use it. You want to be using Gambler's Dodge. Dodging near enemies fully recharge your melee ability. That way, just in case we don't have our melee, we can get it by dodging near an enemy. You want to be using Knife Trick. Throw a fan of flaming knives that scorch targets on hit. This is the, flaming knives, the 3 of them that come out from the Blade Barrage subclass. Then we're using Trip Mine. This involves our exotic that we're going to be using, and then we're dealing damage and moderately scorching them with this Trip Mine. I use Shards of Galanor, which is what you see in the thumbnail, but the exotic that we're using in this build just works better for overall gameplay and your neutral gameplay. And I can still do a Shards of Galanor build if you guys want me to later on. If you just want to go for like fast supers and easy content, let me know and I'll do a build that way. But in this harder content, this was working out much better. We have Knock 'em Down as an aspect. What this is doing for Blade Barrage is it launches more projectiles for us, which is just great. And then down here at the bottom, while Radiant, Final Blows with your equipped throwing knife fully refunds your melee energy. So we're getting our melee back every time that we use our melee and kill an enemy because we are always Radiant with this build. So we're always getting a 25% damage buff on our weapons as well. And then we're using Gunpowder Gamble. This is where we grab that Stick of Dynamite, chuck it, blow it up. It's an awesome animation and a really cool aspect. I enjoy it very much on the Gunslinger. Defeating targets with abilities, solar debuffs, or solar weapons to charge up an improvised solar explosive. Basically, 2 kills with your knife trick will have a full gunpowder available. So you only need to get 2 kills on 2 red bar enemies. Easy to do. For the fragments, we only have 3 fragments with this build because that's all the aspects allow, which kind of sucks. I really wish we could get a 4th one on here. Maybe Bungie will change that in the future. But we're running Ember of Singeing. Your class ability recharges faster when you scorch targets, We always want to have our class ability available because that's how we're running ×2 restoration, so we need to have that up at all times. We're scorching targets as well, so that's how we get that class ability back faster. And then we have Ember of Torches. Powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant, so we're getting the 25% damage buff all the time to our weapons, and we'll always have a knife trick available because we always get it refunded because we become radiant when we throw it, and instantly when we kill something, it refunds the throwing knife. And then just in case you completely miss a target or something, you can dodge near target to get that back. Then I'm also running Ember of Solace. Radiant and restoration effects applied do have increased duration, so this makes our radiant go 15 seconds and it makes our restoration go to about 12 seconds. So it just adds a little more time for us, and the nice thing about this is restoration goes to 12 seconds, which allows us to get our dodge back before restoration runs out, because we're getting dodge back when we're scorching enemies, and we're always scorching enemies with our melee and our grenade. So that's the subclass. As far as the weapons go, use whatever you want. In the gameplay, I was using the new battler that got the buff. I was using Demolicious, and Adrenaline Junkie was working out great. Adrenaline Junkie obviously for the damage boost, and then I was getting grenade kills with the exotic that we're using, Young Ahamkara's Spine. Now, I have not used these things in a long time, and man, are they great with Solar 3.0. The perk here is Wish Dragon Teeth. Increases Trip Mine Grenade duration and blast radius, so the blast radius is the most important part in PvE, and ability damage grants Trip Mine Grenade energy. You can literally get trip mines over and over as you damage multiple targets with it. There's a couple clips that I showed where, as you can see, we can just rotate all of our abilities over and over and over, and it makes for a really fun gameplay. Like I said, I can do a Shards of Galanor and show you that version of it for easier content, but in the harder content, I was liking Ahamkara's Spine much better. Now for the mods on here, I have Melee Wellmaker, and I was also running Resilience because I wanted to get my Resilience up as high as possible, and I need better Resilience armor on my Hunter now. But if you get 100 Resilience, it's basically 40% damage reduction total, so you want to be pushing Resilience and Mobility with this build. And then on the helmet, we also have another Melee Wellmaker, so we're doubling up on Melee Wellmaker, and then we have Hands On, gain bonus super energy on melee kills. Chest piece, we're running Bountiful Wells, so every time we get a kill with that melee, we're spawning 3 wells. And we have our Armor of the Dying Star for more damage reduction, 40% damage reduction to solar and void damage with these two stacked. On the boots, we're running Font of Might, so when we pick up a solar well, we're getting the damage boost from Font of Might for 25%. We're also getting the damage boost from Radiant within our subclass. And then let's say we get a kill with a Trip Mine. Well, we have Adrenaline Junking going, with Radiant going from the subclass, and with Font of Might going, so it's a really cool interaction. And then on the class item, this is one of the most important parts. So from the artifact, Classy Restoration. Activating your solar class ability grants you restoration. This is a ×2 restoration. This is the same as the Titan build that I did the other day. And if you guys haven't seen that, make sure to check it out because it's basically unkillable. Same thing here on the Hunter. So we need to always have that class ability available. So we're running 2 utility kickstarts here. When your class ability energy is fully expended, you gain class ability energy. This gives us about 30 to 35% of our class ability instantly. You want to run as high as mobility as possible. 100 makes it way easier, but in the gameplay you were watching, I was only running 70. But as you can see, that worked because utility kickstart was kicking in when I dodged. And then we were scorching targets and getting our class ability energy faster, right? So that was allowing me to get it back before my dodge was out so I could dodge again and always have ×2 restoration up. So I hope you guys found this build helpful. I hope you go and try it and give it a shot. It's very fun. It's literally borderline broken because I'm 23 light level under in this, 1590 Master Nightfall. I should not be able to stand in front of a barrier champion and tank. Not on a Hunter. I mean, like a Titan, maybe, if you want to say a Titan is like a tank class, right? Whatever. I'm doing this on a Hunter, standing in front of it, toe-to-toe, tanking it. So I just wanted to get this out there, show you guys this build. It's a very fun build. You'll really enjoy it. It's the best one I've found so far on the Hunter. And the Blade Barrage, again, is really, really fun, but it's better for easier content. So if you guys want to see that, I'll make the video for you. Hope to see you guys all in the next video, and thank you so much for watching and stick around. Have a great rest of your day.